G'day, this is Peter from pentonlifestyle.com. Our business is in personal development. It's a booming industry at the moment. It's worth about $64 billion a year with an annual growth of 11%. Now, we know just on those figures, if you're a business owner, you'll sort of get the drift a bit too, that there's an audience for this. 100 people, your potential residual income without doing any extra work, costing any extra money, it's going to be $1.3 million a year. That is just buying a $35,000 business. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, I can't afford $35,000. You afford an iPhone and a computer and a flat screen TV. Come to this and say, oh, it's multi-level marketing. Well, no, it's not. It's just our business process. Multi-level marketing is when you have to share part of your sale with a big number of people. All the training that comes with this business is updated, you get it. So it's a part of the package. So this business is not for everyone. If you are skeptical about being online, if you're skeptical about personal development, or you just have the biggest fear that no one will be able to afford that sort of money, it probably isn't for you, and that's fine. I am looking for those people who genuinely want a business that can earn them $1 million a year. Now, this business has the potential to do that. And that's the difference here. You're buying a business for long term. You're not buying the traditional online business that lasts 6 to 12. This product, personal development, has been around thousands of years. The richest man in Babylon, the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, all use this philosophy. So it's not going to disappear. And it's more relevant today because all of us are so used to that quick fix. 10 years ago, it wasn't like this. You couldn't just whack a video up, not without a lot of cost. And when I started online probably 12, 13 years ago, everything, you had to know HTML, you had to know SEO, you had to know all this other crap that no one has to know anymore. Business allows you to grow. Now, you're going to have to get over your stumbling blocks, you're going to have to get over your fears. If you're not prepared to do that, don't come here. It is for those people that want to work with people like me and another group of really classy entrepreneurs that don't put limitations in front of our thoughts. Now, I didn't want to be told that I was screwing it up for myself. You don't want to be told you're screwing it up for yourself. But let me tell you, whatever you're receiving now, you're putting out there. Saying, being, creating, reacting to, you're putting it out there, it's coming back to you. So you've got to learn to step over that. And I want to show you how that just one decision of removing an ill thought for the day can change your life, because it changed mine. I've read 10 years of books, and I always read personal development books to keep my mind. It's positive energy every day, personal development. That's what it is. It keeps you on track. But I learned a valuable lesson. Unless you apply it to everyday life, nothing changes. And unfortunately, that took me 7 years to work out. I was doing, reading, calling, wasn't being. So you weren't being authentic. You weren't changing your ways at all. You had all this information. No good having information if it's not going to anything. And that's the reality, is you've got to learn to apply it. That one thing, just remove every ill thought out of your mind today. If that's the only thing you get out of this video, get aware of why you've got an ill thought there. Now, you've got to manage that. In this business, you've got to lead it. You've got to stand up and you've got to lead you first. Ask family, one of the biggest killers of any dream. Their perception is they've heard all these stories. They go to the negative nightly news and listen to a current affair and all the other. One of the greatest cons in Australia is banking, but we all accept that. For $1 you put in there, they borrowed 11. If that was online today, that could never, ever happen. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a fraud. But we use it every day in our banking. But that's all right. Get aware that there's a bigger picture. Certainly learn about your business. Whatever business you're selecting, this one, mine, go and search out to see whether my message over the last 10 years has been the same. You speak the same. Hopefully I'm speaking better. But the reality is, don't get hung up. in what you don't know. And the last 2% of all the problems this weekend was actually people. Your support to do what I want. I know what the product's done for me. I know how it makes me feel, and I know how I've changed. And I know I'm a lot happier. So as far as I'm concerned, if it can do that for someone who was known as Captain Cranky, who was very fiery, who had no skills online or offline, had no communication skills, there's going to be other people out there like me. Because that is what leadership is when you can stand above anyone else's comments or reactions and just say, well, no, I believe in this. It comes back to, what do you want your life to be? Do you want to be governed by self-talk, which we've all got? Do you want it to be governed by guessing? Or do you want it to be governed by someone else who is perceived the guru that isn't? That's the question here. What I'm looking for is that person who is prepared to stand up. This is a business for big thinkers. It's not for everyone. This is a business that potentially, after 100 people in your line, you're going to make $1.3 million a year. Now, I explained that to someone 2 days ago. Oh, think of the tax you're going to have to pay. Now, what a negative Nelly. What a nitwit. There's always a way to get around paying tax and making it fit in. That's what accountants are for. Why would you want to... His limitation was earning that money, someone else will get it. Well, I have one philosophy that I put onto all my staff, and I'll put onto you today. My goal is to help as many people get what they want, so I can have what I want. So if that's what you want in a business, if that's what you want in someone to help you create a new lifestyle online, I invite you to put your details down at petandlifestyle.com. I'm going to call you up. But if you genuinely enjoy personal development, you want to build a big networking business. This is a business we build as a team. This is not an individual business. We build it as a team because you leverage each other. It's not multi-level marketing where you share it with 500 people. We have a qualifying period where all of a sudden you're going to be you pass up, you buy it one product, and then you pass up 2 sales. Now there's 3 or 4 different places to start here. If you're wanting to make $1 million, start at the top. I'm going to ask you this question. If you were to buy a business that was going to turn you over $100 or $200 or $300 or even $1 million a year, how much would you pay for it? Well, I can tell you that. I know when you go and buy a Big Rooster franchise, like a business system that we bought, the commercial thing, it'll cost you about $2.8 million. So you get a $2.8 million to get into it, to return $190,000. You want a service station that returns you $400,000 or $500,000, you can pay $7 million. You can have an online business that you can develop over 10 years. That will cost you about 35,000 Australian dollars. That can build you 360,000 just putting 3 people through every day, 7 days a week. Decision's yours. I only want the big thinkers. I'm not interested in having a conversation to prove how great. I know how great the business is. That's why I'm still here after 10 years. Most unlikely success, because I'm a person who should not have bloody gone anywhere in this business, but I was a person who was willing to change. Big difference shearing sheep in a dusty shearing shed in outback Queensland to sitting beautifully in an office or inside overlooking the coast in Townsville Monday morning picking up a $10,000 sale, Monday morning. Then I had another distributor who let me know they're getting started at the $35,000 on Friday. Well, that's a $25,000. That could end up being a $35,000 week. Now, has it come? One's come through. Is the other one? Well, that's not up to me. I only do what I'm doing. I'm looking for those people who want this. And if you want to learn how to build this business and be with a group of entrepreneurs who are really on purpose, I look forward to speaking with you soon. That website again is www.petandlifestyle.com/retire in style. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Cheers.